first hole is one of the toughest starting holes in all of golf. Great par 4. There's a big bunker down the right-hand side. The player is going to probably hit some kind of fade out there to kind of go along with the hole. The second shot is to a green that is pretty severe, guarded by one bunker in the front left. Got some pretty good movement in the green. The bailout is probably to the right-hand side, and if you make 4 there, 4 days in a row, you're looking awfully good. Second hole is a great par 5. There's a bunker up the right-hand side. A player is going to either try and lay up short or try and squeeze it past the bunker and utilize the downslope to get down there to try and knock the ball on in 2. The second shot, if you do go left of the bunker, is going to be played from a pretty severe downhill lie. Green is guarded by 2 bunkers, right and left. Play here is just to try and put the ball in either in one of the bunkers to give yourself an easy pitch, or if you can get on the green, put it on the green. But players should be making 4 there probably 2 or 3 days a week. The third hole is a short little par 4. A player either lays up alongside the bunkers or hits driver past the bunkers. The 4 bunkers up the left-hand side, 1 bunker up by the green that I don't see anyone ever hit the ball in. The green is one of the more severe greens for a short wedge shot that you ever find. The green is slanted from right to left pretty severely, so a player generally is going to hit some kind of holding cut in there and try and make their 3. The fourth hole is a great par 3, one of the longest par 3s you ever find with that severe a green. A player is going to hit some kind of long iron, a hybrid, or even a fairway wood into a green that is guarded by 2 bunkers. Anything on the green here is good. Just try and make 3 here, 4 days, and you'll be picking up some shots on the field. Number 5 is one of the more difficult par 4s at Augusta National, guarded by 2 really deep bunkers up the left-hand side. A player hits the ball in the bunker there is not going to be able to get to the green. Tee shot must be played up the right-hand side. Give yourself a good look at the green, and the green is, playability-wise, a lot smaller than what we think. Any ball on the green there is good. The bailout here is in that back bunker. Give yourself an easy little bunker shot. Number 6 is a downhill par 3, played about 6 or 7 yards downhill. Player's going to be hitting between 8 iron and 6 iron. There are 2 very difficult pins up on the right-hand side. It's a very, very small green. Left-hand side are 2 pins that are utilized front left and back left, but the 2 pins up on the right are by far some of the more difficult ones that you ever find at Augusta. 7 is a very tight driving hole. The fairway slopes from left to right. The player is going to be hitting either a 3-wood or driver down here. Second shot's played uphill to a green guarded by 5 bunkers. The 3 bunkers on the front where most of the guys do make mistakes. You don't ever want to miss the second shot long. The green has a bowl on the right-hand side that they put a pin down there. One on the far right, one just over the front 2 bunkers, and one in the back left. Number 8 is a par 5. Tee shot's played down the hill, big bunker off the right-hand side. You have to miss that in order to have a chance to go forward in 2. It's been lengthened over the years, and this is certainly a difficult one to get there in 2 now. The bailout is obviously to the right-hand side. You can bail out as far right as you want to give yourself an angle back into the flag. The green is very narrow in the middle, opens up in the back. There are 2 pins that they use in the back, one in the front and one in the middle. Number 9 is a good par 4 down the hill. Player generally hits a draw down the left-hand side, trying to squeeze it down there a little bit further, get it down the slope. A second shot's played uphill to a green that has 3 different levels to it. It's imperative you get the ball on the correct level. Cannot miss this ball short. It is certainly one of the toughest up and downs if you leave the ball short. Number 10 is a par 4 played severely downhill, right to left. The player's going to try and hit a little draw off the hole to try and get the ball down into the valley and utilize the slope. If you hang it to the right, I mean, it's a long second shot, played off a severely downhill lie. The green is tilted from back to front and from right to left. Any ball in that right bunker is not a good spot to be. Cannot miss that ball short and try and get the ball pin high somehow.
Hole at Augusta National is the first leg of Amen Corner. It also is steeped in history. It's here where in 1987, Larry Mize chipped in to defeat Greg Norman in a playoff, and where Nick Faldo had playoff victories in 1989 over Scott Hoke and 1990 over Raymond Floyd.
Number 12 is a difficult little par 3. It's pretty easy during practice rounds and becomes a lot more difficult in a tournament. The player is going to be hitting anywhere between a 9-iron to a 6-iron. Depends on the pin and the tees. The green is elongated, kidney shaped from left to right. there are three bunkers there that a player must avoid, but the problem with this hole is you have to hit the ball pin high. Long is not a good spot, short is not a good spot, and if you can walk away with 3 there every day, you're looking pretty good. Thirteen is a great par 5. Players can be hitting a 3-wood here or a driver. The ball must be turned around the corner a touch. You can utilize the slope a little bit if you do that. Get the ball down there where you have a medium to long iron. If you hang the ball out to the right, you can get there in 2. The problem is you'll be hitting a wood off a severely right to left sloped fairway. The green actually slopes the other way. It goes from left to right. So Race Creek definitely comes in play on the tee shot and second shot, or a third shot if you have to lay it up. Guarded by a couple bunkers up the left-hand side. Problem here is trying to get the ball on that green if you go for it in 2 with the ball hanging severely above your feet. Fourteen is a par 4 that, again, you must turn the ball from right to left. To get it down there a little bit further, fairway does slope from left to right. The green is certainly one of the most demanding on the whole property. Ball cannot be left short. It's impossible up and down. If you do miss the ball, you gotta miss it long. There are certain pins where long is good if it's long left or it's long right. Depends on where the pin is. But you gotta get the ball up on top of that green. 15 is a par 5. You gotta hit the ball up the right-hand side. If you turn it too far down the left-hand side, you're blocked out by the trees. The second shot's played over a lake. There's a bunker up the right-hand side. The miss here is to miss long and miss long left. The green, if you do happen to have to lay up, probably one of the hardest wedge shots you ever have is downhill slopey lie to the front left pin. It's awfully narrow up there, and a lot of balls go in the water over the green. It's a short little par 3. Depends on where they put the tees and the pin. Players hitting anywhere between 9 iron to 6 iron. The green has 2 different distinct levels, up on the right and bottom left. You must avoid the bunkers, but you must get the ball on the correct level. If the pin's up on the top, miss on the bottom, you can 2-putt. But if the pin's on the bottom and you're up on top, that's a tough 2-putt. Eisenhower tree comes in play. Must carry that, and a subsequent tree that planted over the years is now growing. Fairway is one of the more narrow tee shots that we face. Pinches in a little bit at about the 300-yard mark. There is 2 big bunkers up by the green, one front, one left. The green is pretty severe. Must get the ball up on top, but you cannot go over the green if it's on the pin's back right. That's pretty much an automatic bogey. par 4 from left to right. It's about 290 to the first of 2 bunkers up the left-hand side. You're playing severely uphill to a green that's guarded by 2 bunkers, but it has 2 distinct shelves to it, one front, one back. Must get the ball, hard to get the ball up on top to the back pin, but the front pin, if you go up on top, not too many guys 2-putt from there.